Have you ever wondered why you keep ending up in relationships with toxic partners? You are not alone. Many people find themselves repeatedly attracted to individuals who are harmful to their well-being, and it isn't just a matter of bad luck. So in today's video, we're going to explore the psychological reasons behind why we're attracted to toxic partners, and most importantly, how to change these patterns and build healthier relationships. Attraction to toxic partners often stems from unresolved issues, unmet needs, or learned behaviors, which are from our past. These factors can create a subconscious pull towards individuals who mirror familiar dynamics, even when those dynamics are unhealthy. Reason number one, unresolved childhood trauma, which is one of the most common reasons people are attracted to toxic partners, is this unresolved childhood trauma. If you grew up in an environment where love was conditional, chaotic, or inconsistent, you might unconsciously seek out similar dynamics in your adult relationships. This is because your brain has become wired to seek familiarity, even when that familiarity is harmful. It's a script. You know how to be in this. So, for example, if you had a parent who was emotionally unavailable or abusive, you may find yourself drawn to partners who are similarly distant or hurtful on some level. And you may believe that you can make this person love you. It will heal the wounds from your past if you could get this person in your present to love you. It's this kind of Oedipal thing going on. However, this often leads to a cycle of repeated hurt and disappointment. Reason number two, low self-esteem, which can play a significant role in attracting toxic partners. When you don't believe you're worthy of love and respect, you may settle for relationships where you are treated poorly. This can manifest as tolerating disrespect, accepting blame for things that aren't your fault, or staying in a relationship that makes you unhappy because you don't believe you deserve better. Toxic partners will often prey on low self-esteem, using manipulation and control to keep you dependent on them. Over time, this can erode your sense of self-worth even further, making it harder to leave the relationship. Reason number three, the thrill of the chase. Another reason we might be drawn to toxic partners is the thrill of the chase. Toxic relationships often involve this kind of push-pull dynamic where your partner is hot and then cold and then hot again, and it keeps you on this emotional roller coaster. This unpredictability can create a sense of excitement and intensity that feels like passion, but it's actually a sign of instability. The highs and lows of a toxic relationship can be very addictive, making it difficult to break free even when you know it's not healthy. This emotional volatility could trick your brain into thinking that the relationship is more meaningful or special than it really is. Social media also kind of goes over this. I've seen this one on Instagram a lot, real love is like block, unblock, block, unblock, block, unblock. And it's like, yeah, okay, can be, but it's not particularly healthy. And it can be an indicator of something else going on. Reason number four, codependency, which is another factor that can lead to attraction to toxic partners. Codependency involves an unhealthy reliance on another person for your self-worth, for your self-validation, your identity, or your emotional needs. And if you struggle with codependency, you may well find yourself drawn to partners who are controlling, needy, or abusive. In a codependent relationship, you may well prioritize the other person's needs above your own, sacrificing your well-being in an attempt to keep the relationship intact, which leads to a cycle of enabling toxic behavior and staying in a harmful relationship out of fear of being alone or feeling worthless without the other person. I'm going to put a video up here about codependency because I've done that one in the past. So how do we change these patterns? Understanding why you are attracted to toxic partners is the first step, but it's equally important to take action to change these patterns and build healthier relationships. As in, it's no good just knowing that you do it. You got to do then something about it. You got to break the patterns. So step one, heal from past trauma. Healing from past trauma is crucial in breaking the cycle of toxic relationships. And this may well involve therapy, where you can explore and process unresolved issues from your childhood or past relationships. And therapy can also help you identify patterns and understand your triggers and help you develop healthier ways of relating to others. Additionally, you can practice self-compassion and self-care, which can help you heal from past wounds and build a stronger sense of self-worth. When you learn to love and care for yourself, you are less likely to seek validation or love from toxic sources, indeed external sources. You won't be so keen for that. Step number 2, build your self-esteem, because this is going to be essential in changing your relationship patterns. Start by recognizing your worth and treating yourself with the love and respect you deserve. This may involve setting boundaries, saying no when something doesn't feel right, and surrounding yourself with people who uplift and support you. I think there's a psychological thing which is something like you are the sum of the 4 people you spend the most time with. You are the average of those 4 people, as in who you hang around with, who you choose to interact with the most is going to influence how you are as a person. Affirmations, positive self-talk, and engaging in activities that make you feel confident and valued can also help boost your self-esteem. So catching those negative words, catching and reframing how you speak to yourself, how you chastise yourself, how you devalue yourself, changing that and taking a bit of a reality check on some of your achievements and where you maybe downplay yourself and devalue yourself. Actually take a reality check and go, well, actually, is this true? Remember, you deserve to be in a relationship where you are loved, respected, and cherished for who you are. Chances are that's not going to happen so much if you can't do that for yourself. We kind of need a relationship in order to learn to do that, but we do need to start doing it. Step number 3, break the addiction to drama. If you are drawn to the thrill of the chase, it's really important to recognize that healthy relationships don't need drama to be fulfilling. Stability, trust, and mutual respect might not feel as exciting as the highs and lows of a toxic relationship, may well be quite boring at first, but they are actually the foundation of a lasting and healthy relationship. Boredom isn't, but this kind of like a bit more stability, less of this and a little bit more of that, maybe some plain sailing in there as well, where you allow yourself to breathe. Both of you can breathe. You're 2 individuals. You have some healthy space, less stress, all of this stuff. It's only going to benefit you. So challenge yourself to seek out relationships that offer security and consistency rather than intensity and unpredictability. It might take time to adjust to a calmer, more stable dynamic, but in the long run, it is going to lead to a more fulfilling and healthy relationship. So give it a chance if you come across one. Really give it a chance. Step number 4, address your codependency struggles. So if you do struggle with codependency, working on developing a strong sense of self and independence is key. Again, you can work on the then and there in the past, in the here and now with a therapist to help yourself achieve this. This can also involve setting boundaries. Again, boundaries are so important. A lot of people don't think they have boundaries, but they don't actually have boundaries. They don't have them kind of concreted in their mind. It's a bit like people play the lottery and don't actually know what they're going to do with the winnings. And it's like when you get asked that question, well, what are you going to do if you win? It's like, oh, I don't know. I haven't thought that far. Same with boundaries. Yeah, I've got boundaries. Okay, what are your boundaries? Well, I want some happiness and a bit of peace and whatever. It's actually kind of really sit down and think about them. Set your boundaries, focus on your own needs and goals, and learn to be comfortable with being alone. That may mean getting yourself a hobby. That may mean getting yourself your own circle of friends as well, getting your own life together where someone can come along and kind of join in with it and then separate away again in a healthy way. And chances are they'll have, well, not chances are, if it's a healthy relationship, you'll both have your individuality and be able to be individual and then come together as one as well. Therapy or support groups can be helpful in addressing codependency. There's a lot of groups for codependency and developing healthy relationship dynamics. Remember, a healthy relationship involves 2 independent individuals, as I've just said, who choose to be together, not 2 people who are dependent on each other for their sense of self or happiness. Attraction to toxic partners is often rooted in deep-seated issues, but it really isn't something you have to live with forever. So healing from past trauma, working on the then and there in the here and now, building your self-esteem, breaking the addiction to drama, and addressing codependency, you can change these patterns and create healthier, more fulfilling relationships. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share your own experiences or ask questions in the comments. I do try to get round to everybody. I am here to help. And please remember, you do deserve to be in a relationship where you're loved, respected, and valued for who you are. So until I see you next time, please take very good care of yourselves. Adios.